We've all heard about the wonderful land of Oz and the magical characters that live there, like the Cowardly Lion and the Scarecrow and the Tin Man. But how many of you have ever heard of Jack Pumpkinhead? Jack Pumpkinhead has haunted me for a long time. Here I am in kindergarten, the short guy with his shirt off there. Yeah, that's me on the left. But if you look over here in that other backyard, he's sitting in a lawn chair. And yet people think I just made him up in my head. Here I am, probably in the 4th grade. It's the first day of school. But look, there he is again. And people think that I'm just making these things up, but I'm telling you he's real. I hadn't seen him for like 50 years, and then one day he showed up again in the front yard.
I don't believe he's come back. Who does he think he is? Dang.
Not long after that, I went to do a supply order at the church, and there he was in the entryway, acting like he was lost, looking around. I couldn't figure out how he got there in the first place, but I finally gave in, let him come into the building. He started wandering around, and then he saw the primary room, and he said, "Look, it's a giant playroom." And off he went, and then he saw the piano. Boy, was that a mistake. After I got Jack off the piano and convinced him he wasn't Beethoven, he jumped up off the stool and started running around in circles. And I told him, "Jack, you can't run in this room. This is a room that children learn to be reverent and to pray." And he said, "Pray? I know how to pray." And he showed me how he prayed and how he held his hands. I said, "In this room, we teach the children to fold their arms." And he said, "Fold your arms?" And he tried it, and he said, "I don't like this. I can't fidget around. It's like I can't do anything." I said, "That's all right, Jack, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Another thing we do in here is sing songs." He says, "Now that's what I like right there." So I played him a recording right off of my iPhone.
I looked out the window and what did I see? Popcorn popping on the apricot tree. Spring has brought me.
After I got him out of the primary room, he saw the stairway and decided he wanted to go up on the stage. I tried to convince him that that was a very dangerous place to be, but he said he was a great actor and he knew what he was doing. And there he was, standing on the very edge, and I kept telling him, "You're going to get hurt, Jack. You better watch out." And he wasn't listening until, whoop, he almost fell off. Well, eventually I convinced him to get to the back, and he started acting. "Charge," he said. And I said, "Well, that's not great acting." And he tried to convince me with some Romeo and Juliet, but he didn't know the words at all. Then he said, "Well, how about this?" And he pretended like he's being chased by zombies. I said, "You know what, Jack? You need a lot of work on your acting skills." As soon as he got off the stage, he went straight to the bathroom. I told him, "Jack, you have no business in here. Trees don't go to the bathroom." And he said, "Well, what are these white things here for?" I said, "They're sinks for washing your hands. Or your twigs, whatever it is you got." He didn't seem to think that there was any need for him to be in there. And as he was walking out, he saw his reflection in the mirror. And he said, "Look, another Pumpkinhead." I said, "No, Jack, it's just you." When I told Jack this was the Relief Society room, he just laughed and said, "Relief? That's telling jokes, isn't it?" And then he decided to tell his stupid joke. "How do you fix a broken jack-o'-lantern?" "With a pumpkin patch." I didn't think it was funny either. Right after that, we decided to play hide and seek. He went to go hide while I counted in the gym. It wasn't hard to find him. He was hiding in the nursery. I said, "There you are, Jack." He pointed over to the side and said, "No, Jack's in that room." I said, "I see you, Jack." And I turned on the light. And I said, "Just because you're not moving doesn't mean I can't see you." "All right, Jack, whatever you want." And I left. Next, I saw him in a classroom. I told him I taught primary in this very room, and he just laughed and laughed. He said, "You teach primary? I remember when you were in primary. You're not old enough to do that." Jack wanted to know what this room was for. I said, "It's the media center. Used to be the library." He looked around and said, "No books, no pictures. This place is just boring." It wasn't long after that when I saw Jack running through the halls. I had to lecture him one more time about running in the church, but he got angry with me because he said I took the fun out of everything. After I got him settled down, I said, "You know what, Jack? At this end of the building is the Family History Center where we do genealogy." Boy, did he get excited. But he said, "Where is it?" I said, "It's right behind you, but it's closed today. You can't go in there." "What?" Boy, was he upset. He said, "I'll never find my roots. I'll never know which family tree I came from." Oh, he was so upset I decided it was time for him to leave and opened the door for him. "See you later, Jack." "Bye." You might think that was the end of him, but guess what I saw out in the parking lot? "Jack, what are you doing up there? Come on down. Quit being silly." "Whoa, this is so much fun. You should try it." Well, now it's time for you to decide. Is Jack real or just a figment of my imagination? "Hi, Nancy. Mr. Potato Head said you were my mom. Can I live with you now? Please?"